What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. So this is not like an OCG metagame breakdown or anything, but still really important to cover because we got the, well, rather the OCG got the new set, which is Photon Hypernova, that introduced the new broken Kashtira cards, and because of that, it evolved so much that the ISHIZU cards are pretty much no longer needed, to the point where 2 players out of 4 in the top 4 of this 48-player tournament managed to top without any ISHIZU card whatsoever, and that's actually really crazy. So exactly like I said, 48 players held on October 30th, 6 rounds of Swiss and then top 8 playoffs in Singapore. So definitely a sophisticated country where people are actually pretty good at the game. So yeah, before this video starts, make sure to like and subscribe, check me out on Twitch and Instagram, blah, 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 blah. And now let's get right into it. Alright, so first place played a very bare minimalistic lineup of ISHIZU monsters. Actually, it's not even like a lineup at this point. It's really just like, whatever, let's play one Keldo and one Mudora and that's it, that's all. None of them actually have an effect, really. I guess if you draw one of them, it's like kind of a brick. If you draw both of them, then all they really do is like summon the like one of them, and then you don't even search, because the Keldo would have no longer, like, it wouldn't even have like a search target actually if you discard the one of Mudora. If you play like 2 Mudoras, then you can search the second one, but also doesn't play Gravekeeper's Trap, so these cards really only are good when you mill them. Still very nice though, so obviously that's the reason why Keldo had to get limited, because it was like by far the best one, since not everybody plays the trap card for Mudora to be good. But yeah, this new card is the Kashtira Tearlaments monster. It's really broken because, as the name clearly suggests, it's searchable by Fenrir, by this field spell, which is another planet related to like the Scareclaw, Tearlaments, and Kashtira lore, and of course the primeval planet Perlarino. Hey, now I know the name. I used to just call this, whatever, the Tearlaments field spell. But yeah, so a bunch of starters, which is crazy. Terraforming can actually have options now. That's really nice. So remember the good old bad hands that really pissed you off when you played Tearlaments, where you drew like double Perlarino and then Terraforming, and you're like, wow, so much redundancy. And that is no longer an issue, because Terraforming means Fenrir into this, which means like Dracossack Breakboard or Zeus. Like, bro, this is back to Dragon Ruler format. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my god, this is hilarious to look at. I absolutely love this. But yeah, this is a really freaking crazy main deck. Even has the space for 9 Hatshaps and the Hoffiness and like everything else you can think of. This is freaking ridiculous. Oh my god, plays so many trap cards for a deck that's supposed to be kind of combo. Not really combo, but you get the point. Triple Scream, of course, because there's so many trap cards that you can search. Main deck the Crime, I really like that. And this guy is, oh my god, on a whole other level. He likes Crime so much that he's even citing one more. And no heartbeats. You don't need the heartbeats in the OCG because Mystic Mine is not a thing. So I definitely understand that very well. And then 2 Cop of the Grave in the side deck, which I believe there is a world in which you might want to main deck this card now, but the ISHIZU cards are like so much better than whatever. You might as well just keep this here. And then a bunch of back removal. And the main thing that I really want to explain here would be Mind Control and Triple Tactic Talents. These cards are unfair going second, because stealing your opponent's, like, let's say, Xachila Monster to make your own Arise Heart on the turn they use the effect of Shangri-La allows you to break boards like there's no freaking tomorrow. Because if your opponent keeps the Arise Heart on the field, you can't really use the effect of any of your Tearlaments to, like, you know, send cards to the grave and then, fuse, etc. Because it's like a walking Darklaw. It's a Macrocosmos or whatever, Darklaw, basically. And also it banishes a card face down. So this card right here, the Arise Heart, is definitely a problem. And if you can steal it with Mind Control, or if you can steal any of their other Xachila monster, then you should be fine. So at least there is that. And then, what else is noteworthy? Oh, by the way, everybody and their mother right now is either side decking or even main decking Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. People don't really want to mess with Kid Kalos being able to just get everything started for you. It's just way too good. And this card is pretty much a game-ending card in the mirror match. Yeah, very powerful card. And then evenly in the side deck, because I guess not actually everybody's prepared, to be honest. Like, everybody has Crime. Yeah, Crime is a new staple, actually, in everyone's side deck and the first place main deck, which is funny because in the TCG, I want to say Crime should be in everyone's main deck. The reason for that is because since there's no Max C, some people might actually want to play board breaking cards like Evenly and Mystic Mine instead, and that definitely makes sense. So if you don't have any Omni Negates, you might lose out to like one single blowout. So a card like Crime is absolutely necessary in Tearlaments ISHIZU, especially right now. And yeah, this deck doesn't really make any Omnis at all. It doesn't play like Baron and Diviner of the Heralds, which is something that people used to do before. I think this build though, yeah, even this older one, which is not that old, still wasn't doing it. So as soon as we got like the most recent ban list in the OCG, people just stopped playing like a bunch of ISHIZU cards actually. Even the ones that were still like untouched, people just dropped them completely. But yeah, so as you can see, 2D Berry as well. And the rest of the side deck and the extra deck, whatever, pretty self-explanatory. Outside of the Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, this card is also extremely spicy. And then the one copy of Triple Tactic Tasking and Talents, just so you have like different options. I really like Tasking, be able to be used even when your opponent uses like a monster effect on your standby or draw phase. Like a D-Shifter, you can still use this. Whereas Talents, it has to very specifically be used on the main phase, so it's not the same. Now, in this deck list, we have 12 hand traps, which is, man, it looks overkill. It's so much. Oh my god. In theory, even this Kashtira Tearlaments monster is a hand trap, and then Haffiness, depending on your males. But if you want to summon this, you have to have like a legal Tearlaments or Kashtira card in your hand or graveyard to be able to banish. Otherwise, you cannot summon this. And then on the summon, you mail 3 cards from either player's deck. So it's basically another Haffiness. Oh my god. And yeah, nothing else that is super interesting outside of the Duster. And wow, the meta noise, actually, this is something that I don't think I can agree with though. Not a super big fan, but it's still relatively interesting. By the way, the reason for Soldier of Chaos, I just realized, you're playing a bunch of level 7 monsters, like all the Xatrilas and Tearlaments, so might as well be able to summon a monster that can just break boards, and being unable to be targeted or destroyed by card effects, if I recall correctly, if it's summoned with a level 7 or higher monster. So yeah, definitely a very respectable card right there. And then yeah, everybody is agreeing on Dracosac and Zeus. Very interesting. Again, every time I think about Dracosac, wow. Every time I think about Dracosac, the first thing that I think of would be like Cherubini, so that you can combo off. To me, it's like kind of like another Galaxy Tomahawk, so you can get your engine started. But they're actually using it like the old school way. Oh, I guess it summons, hold on, does it summon like win tokens? I actually forgot, but whatever. Maybe you can make like the Blackluster Soldier link with it or something. I don't even know. Anyways, oh, haha, another spicy card. Wow, Book of Eclipse. You're going to be seeing this card way more often moving forward, actually. This and Swords of Concealing Light. I will be making a video on Swords of Concealing Light, and maybe this, actually, because they pretty much kind of do the same thing. Being able to flip every single monster on the field face down. This is huge against Kashtira. It pretty much kills them, because the Shangri-La, I believe, has to be face up on the field to, like, log the zones. And then the Arise Heart also has to be face up on the field to, like, be a Macrocosmos. So this card is pretty much better than a Regeki, because the Shangri-La can protect itself by detaching material, whereas Book of Eclipse, outside of like Ash, there is no way to really deal with it. But yeah, I really, really like this card. Absolutely fantastic. And it's also a quick play spell, so if your opponent has like anti-spell on top of the full thing, you can still chain this card and be able to resolve it. And the Mind Control, you already understand. I think I already explained. This card is just really, really good. So many consistency cards. This is ridiculous, man. Oh my god, I am not looking forward to this. Anyways, this is the most unique build by a long shot. The reason for that is because it actually plays the other cards like Unicorn and Birth. Cards that the other versions were not playing at all. So Unicorn can search a spell card. Birth is a monster reborn for any Kashtira card from your graveyard or banish. So that's actually really nice. Well, Kashtira monster, whatever, you get the point. And the main deck Ghost Reaper is also extremely interesting. So 9 hand traps, no Ash. No way to deal with Max C, really. And no triple tactic tasking, which I also feel like is pretty interesting. 3 field spells. The other players are all on only 2 field spells. And only 2 Kashtira Tearlaments instead of the usual 3 that we're seeing pretty much everywhere. And this is another build that is playing the ISHIZU monsters. So 1 Kaldo and double Mudora. And I guess if you draw like Kaldo and Mudora, the Kaldo could search the second Mudora. But it really doesn't matter too much. And the Tearlaments lineup is always the same. Double Salic. Triple Scream, which is also very standard. This one is on 2, actually. And this one is on 3. And for the extra deck, no Dracosac. Wow. Which shocks me a lot, because it actually plays like a rank 7 turbo. Like, you know, Unicorn and Kashtira Tearlaments. But no Dracosac at all. Does play a Rise Heart, which you can hard make, I guess. And then Zeus, whatever. It's I think it plays like 1 less fusion than this one. Yeah, this runs like double Dragos Tapelia, which I actually like a lot. But yeah, only 1 here. And then Ossa, which I don't think you really need anymore. Maybe I'm missing something. How are you? Yeah, I guess Fenrir and then revive back your opponent's Fenrir. That doesn't do anything though. And also, if the Asa dies, you don't search anything. Oh no, sorry, I lied. You can search Maxi. Yeah, that's a really good reason to play Asa actually in the OCG. Maybe not in the TCG though. But yeah, I definitely understand that. I can respect that argument. But if you're watching this in the TCG, don't net deck these builds. It's not gonna work out for you. And the side deck, again, triple Book of Eclipse and double Mind Control. See, we're noticing a trend and also evenly matched again, just like the first player, which also sided the card. And then Meta Noise, this is the second time that we're noticing that. And then Crime in the side, but he's not main decking the Crime, so it makes sense, just like player number 2. And then the Meta Noise is something that player number 2 was main decking. I think it's actually a worse, yeah, it's a worse card than Solic, to be honest. It's only really good if you're playing like King of the Swamp and stuff like that. But, I don't know. And then triple tasking in the side deck. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.